This is not a dream. We are using your preferred podcast provider as a receiver.
Hello and welcome back to Live from Manchester Morgue, the British, very British horror film podcast.
Not too British.
Well, it's not about British horror films.
We're not trying to reform anything.
About horror film. So I'm Gary and with me is Ken. Hello, Ken.
Hello.
And we're back post-Halloween, where we did our post-modern top 4 post-modern horror films that you might enjoy in a post-modern manner, with sort of some more postmodernism.
Yeah, postmodern monsters.
Postmodern monsters. So you might think that the werewolf vampire rivalry started with Underworld. But it didn't. You'd be a bloody idiot.
People of a certain age.
People of a certain age, right? But no, you'd be wrong. And it wasn't even this. The first thing I can think of where a vampire was fighting a werewolf was the Howling Six, the Freaks.
Is there not like something? Do you remember when Abbott and Costello used to?
Oh yeah, Abbott and Costello meet the Wolfman versus Dracula.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well that's schooled me, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so in keeping with that theme, we've got a vampire film and a werewolf film, and we're going to cover What We Do in the Shadows.
The Shadows. And
Werewolves Within, 2 vampire werewolf comedy hybrids for your enjoyment, which we've just rewatched for you.
I didn't know there was a direct. So I didn't know that Joss Rubin did Werewolves Within.
Yes,
for starters.
He didn't write it.
He directed it.
Yeah, directed it.
It's very, even though he didn't write it, it's very similar to Scare Me in that it's messing around.
Yeah, so on the last show we covered Scare Me, which was written and directed by Joss Rubin, and this has very similar dialogue because there's a lot of that kind of bickering comedy where people get annoyed and start bickering in the height of danger.
Bickering in the height of danger, and there's a lot of like flipping around with archetypes and like horror tropes and stuff.
Yes.
And
he's obviously a big horror fan, is Joss Rubin. You can tell. We referenced this in the last one, didn't we, about all the literal references to Stephen King and such in Scare Me.
Yeah, and there's a couple like peppered throughout Werewolves Within, which we'll talk about later. But also when I was doing my research, I didn't realise that he also directed and possibly wrote Heart Eyes.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
that slasher.
Yeah, he did.
Which is another thing that like takes the slasher genre. Like,
this is it. As I've said before, I think in another life, if you're going to make something as meta and knowing as, let's use Cabin in the Woods for an example.
Yeah.
You have to love horror to do that. Yeah. A lot of people disparage something like Cabin in the Woods because they think it's kind of mocking horror, which it kind of is, but I think it's very affectionately done. Yeah. You can't do that kind of film without a love and a knowledge of the genre, which Joss Rubin clearly does. Yeah. As do Taika Waititi and what's the other fella called?
Jermaine Clement.
Jermaine Clement.
I think, I think, and I think everyone was kind of collaborating on What We Do in the Shadows. So
it's taken over, hasn't it? Because there's the whole show and everything now as well.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to look at now.
Hang on, let's do we've got a couple of segments first before we
have segments now.
Segments. We do this every time. What have you watched? What have you watched this week, Ken?
Oh, yeah.
We watch other things.
I always do. I never know, right? You tell me what you've watched.
I watched Weapons.
Oh, finally. What did you think?
That was great. Loads of fun. Gladys was a great character.
Did we go into spoilers for a film that was like only just come out?
It's still fairly new. No, I don't think we're going to VOD spoilers. But it's good fun. It's what you get out of it is going to obviously be subjective, but I, for one, enjoyed it. It was novel. It does take turns that you don't expect unless you're really, 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 really looking to find things that are going to be unexpected. I think you could probably see it coming if you were just in that mindset. But just for a ride, if you haven't seen it, just watch it and enjoy it. It's funny too. It's not a straight horror, I wouldn't say. Definitely a horror film.
It gets to a point where until possibly the third act, you could get away with it not being a horror at all.
Yes.
He could flip it on us and just it's actually not actually horror.
It's like Kill List, but out comedy. It's nothing like Kill List. I don't know why I said that. But in the same manner, you could argue that it's not a horror film until you know what's going on later on. I watched that. I rewatched Hellboy with my son because it was Halloween season, obviously.
Do you
The
like
original.
Hellboy films?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Sorry, my cats are trying to eat each other. Shut it.
Yeah, they then, because we're in a morgue, it's like the undead cats. Like
the undead cats,
from Reanimator.
Yeah, whenever we spill some on the floor, they clean it up.
Yeah.
Hellboy, the first one I really like. I remember watching The Golden Army and not really being asked about it, but I think I want to rewatch it because I think I might have changed my mind.
Oh, I love The Golden Army. Because I kind
I've
of
only seen it once.
I love Luke Goss. I love the two
Good in Blade too.
Del Toro films that Luke Goss is in. Because he's amazing in them.
Fair enough. No, I watched them. I didn't finish the David Harbour one, the Neil Marshall
It's horrendous.
one. Yeah, sorry, Neil.
It wasn't Neil's fault that was horrendous.
Fair enough. I haven't seen it. I started watching it and the dialogue wound me up. And then I watched The Crooked Man because we talked about that.
Crooked Man's great.
Crooked Man's really good.
Yeah.
But, if you're a fan of the original films, the Guillermo del Toro movies, The Crooked Man is quite a departure because it's a lot more faithful to the comic source material.
Yeah.
But I think it's good for that. It's a bit low budget and there's a bit of naff CGI in it here and there, but it's a good film all in all.
And I'm like a huge, as you know,
You're the Hellboy nerd.
A huge fan of the comic books. And I love all the films apart from the David Harbour one, which is fucking terrible.
Yeah, I need to rewatch Golden Army. My kid wants to watch it anyway, so I will do. I think maybe I'll appreciate it more the second time around.
The good thing about Golden Army is it's a completely original story from Del Toro, but it's just got Hellboy and the BBRD in it.
Right.
So it's more of a Del Toro film than the first one, because the first one's an adaptation of Hellboy, whereas the second one is a Del Toro story with Hellboy in it.
Right, that makes sense. Yeah.
And it's really good.
I mean, just the casting for the first one at least was brilliant, wasn't it? Everybody was brilliant.
Yeah.
There wasn't a single badly cast actor in there.
I can't imagine, even though I like the guy who played him in Crooked Man, and to be honest, I like David Harbour in the role.
Yeah, David Harbour wasn't a bad Hellboy.
Ron Perlman is the perfect Hellboy.
Yeah, true. And it's the same way I see like Ben Affleck as Batman. He wasn't a bad Batman. He was just in bad Batman films.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's Hellboy. Oh, there's some good news. Some nice news has come out of this week. Alan, what have you watched?
A fucking shitload.
But it's been a while since we recorded.
Because it's been Spooktober, hasn't it?
It has. We had a little hiatus, a Halloween hiatus.
Yeah. And in between, I watched loads of things. So I think from when we last recorded, I watched VHS Halloween.
Oh, right, okay.
That was so VHS Halloween, it's a week of VHS film, but the wraparound is quite good.
Okay.
The wraparound is like they test in soft drinks that like turn people into like demons and stuff, and each soft drink is like they give one a kid and like he melts and shit. But it's also got the darkest segment in any of the films.
All right,
it's called
I'm sold.
Kid Print, I think it's called.
Kid Print.
And it's a horrific child murder serial killer story. And
Great.
It's very, very dark.
I think I've heard that on the grapevine.
Yeah, it's worth watching just for that.
I started watching one of the VHSs as well over spooky season, but I didn't finish it, and I forget which one it was. We had that conversation about whether there was a 94 or a 99. I think there's a 94 and a 99.
There is.
Yeah, I think because we couldn't remember when we recorded the last episode, but there's actually two 90s ones. I think it was 94 I started watching. There's like an earthquake in it.
Yes, that's a really good one. That.
Yeah. I've not finished it, but I started watching that.
So I watched Halloween. I watched Him, which
Halloween.
is the Halloween VHS Halloween.
Oh, sorry, right, yeah.
I obviously
you just watched John Carpenter's
I obviously
Halloween.
watched Halloween as well.
I mean, everybody watched that last month.
But I'll go about the new films that I watched. I watched Him, which is the NFL American football horror film.
Oh yeah, keep hearing about that.
Every single person on the internet seems to think is a Jordan Peele film, but he just produced it. It came from his Monkey Paw Productions. It's actually directed by...
Well, to be fair with Jordan Peele, as much as I like him, his name does get plastered all over shit just to make him a bit more palatable.
Yeah, but it's...
Like Jordan Peele's Candyman, it wasn't. It was Nia DaCosta's Candyman.
Yeah, it's like back in the day, in the 90s, when everything was Quentin Tarantino Presents. I get that it gets films out there to be watched by people, but it kind of papers over the actual filmmakers.
Yeah.
But it was actually directed by, I think it was a first-time director, our first feature director, called Justin Tipping. So, really good film. Marlon Wayans is absolutely fucking brilliant in it. The main guy, I can't remember his name, but it's a really, really great film about it's more about sport than it is about horror, but it's a horror film.
All right.
I watched Black Phone 2.
Black Phone 2, I haven't seen Black Phone 1.
Which, again, to
Although there was for the Fortnite Halloween season, there was a collab with that, and the grabber was a skin you could get in it.
Oh, that's actually quite cool.
I got Ash Williams.
Oh yeah,
skin.
that's when you got Ash. Yeah,
got
'cause
Ash.
you sent me the pic. Yeah, yeah. So that's really good. Basically, the first Black Phone is Ian Hawke. Ian Hawke, the
Well-known actor Ian Hawke.
Ethan Hawke is a serial killer, and he kidnaps a kid that has psychic powers who can talk to other kids that have been kidnapped through a black phone in the dungeon, etc.
Oh yeah.
He gets away. He gets away. Spoilers for a film 10 years ago. He gets away. He kills Ethan Hawke. This one is basically Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, that sounds good. I heard it has a bit more fantastical element to it.
Yeah, and that's what makes it enjoyable. So a lot of people are saying it's like one of the best horror sequels ever. It's not. It's fine. But the third act is like really kind of like Freddy 3, Dream Warriors. Like
yeah, right.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'll give you the Black Phone 2 in a microcosm. They find out who the grabber is, his real identity, and they say, "Oh yeah, he was a good skater." Because it's set in like in the mountains, in like a summer camp in the mountains. Yeah, he's a good skater. So later in the film, demon undead enters your dreams and kills your grabber, has fleshy, icy skates that he skates across. So that's a microcosm of what the Black Phone 2 is like.
Well, that sounds great. I'll watch that.
I watched the remake of The Hand That Rocks the Cradle, one of my favourite 90s thrillers.
Oh, yeah. Ernie Hudson.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Micah Monroe's very good in it.
I didn't know she was in it. Cool.
But then I watched the original, and the original is 100 times better.
Fair enough.
Scared Shitless,
all right.
which I would recommend. A father and son plumber duo go to a high-rise, and an experimental monster has escaped into the pipes.
Of course it has.
Short little film, creature feature, starring Stephen Ogg, who played Trevor in Grand Theft Auto 5. Really good.
Oh, that's Trevor. Right, okay, cool.
Yeah. Your Host, which is
a
Jackie Earle Haley horror.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had a choice. I could either watch the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street because I wanted to see evil Jackie Earle Haley, or I could watch this new film that he was in.
Well, it's
really
the new
good.
one then, clearly.
It's a bit of a controversial post-Me Too film in that I won't spoil it, but it's like a game show Saw.
Oh, right, cool.
He's the host.
I like the sound of that.
And I think that's it. I won't go. Oh, I watched a film called Other, which came on Shudder.
Other.
That is the next film from the creator of Mads.
Is it?
Yeah.
And that's on Shudder now, because I'm still subscribing to Shudder.
Yeah, stars Olga Kurilenko. I always forget her name. It's really good. It's got a really weird mystery at its centre that isn't necessarily wrapped up nicely, but it's still a good watch.
Okay, cool. Sounds like a laugh. Well, just dip into a small bit of news before we get on with the main show. So, The Thing 2 was teased.
By John Carpenter?
Yeah, by John Carpenter at the Fan Expo in Philadelphia.
Oh, I've seen snippets of that interview where he basically says he hates everything.
Oh, yeah, hates everything. He hates Rob Zombie.
Hates the substance.
Yeah, hates the substance. What the hell, John?
Yeah.
He plays Fallout 76, which everyone else hates.
Yeah.
That's all he spends his life doing, apparently.
He also likes Destiny, which I hate. So.
But yeah, The Thing 2. And he said he very, very, it wasn't cryptic as such, but very non-committally, we're working on it now and we'll see what happens. So whether that means him and someone else have had an idea for a script and it might or might not get made, I don't know. Yeah. But there's some sort of movement about it happening somewhere. Or maybe they've seen what animation can do, because Predator Badlands is out this week, and obviously the Killer of Killers was before that. Maybe they're going to make a cartoon or something.
Yeah, I mean...
That'd be good.
There is kind of I don't know if it's canonical. I mean, I don't know if you can say the Thing universe is a canon thing, but the game is a sequel to the film.
Well, it is, yeah.
It's really good.
A really good sequel, yeah.
Which John Carpenter is in.
Yes.
He's in the game.
He is in the game. Right, so what we do in the shadows.
Yep.
So, as I hinted at earlier, this has become kind of gargantuan because it has a huge fan base now, not based on the film, but based on the 5-season TV show.
Yeah, I still haven't watched.
I've not finished season 5. No, I'm nearly up to date, but not quite. I'll just dive over to some of the social medias. Dave on the socials said, "Well, I put out because I tweeted out on Blue Sky."
What do you X'd out? X. If you were on X.
Oh yeah, you can't even say tweet on Twitter on X now, can you? Because it's not. On Blue Sky, I blue skied.
Skied it.
What do you think of What We Do in the Shadows and Werewolves Within. Dave says, I love both, but werewolves, not swearwolves.
Yeah.
Classic line.
That's right at the top of my notes, werewolves, not swearwolves.
That was it for that, actually. Yeah, most people have... We've got some more comments coming later for about Werewolves Within. Mm-hmm. But that was it for What We Do in the Shadows. So... the film and the TV show aren't the only things in the universe. There's also the TV show Wellington Paranormal. Yeah,
which is really good. So the coppers that turn up in
the house party. Well, not a house party.
Yeah, after the vampire hunter dies, and they basically seem to not notice. Yeah,
things they hypnotise. Yeah.
So they're the main stars of Wellington Paranormal. I've watched all of that. I think it was really good. And then there was. I don't know if it got filmed, but Rhys Darby was going to do a Swearwolves.
Swearwolves, yeah, I remember that coming out.
Did that get made?
Well, not coming out. I remember it being a thing that was going to get made.
Yeah, I can't remember if it got made and it's just never been distributed or in the UK. I don't know.
Well, he got into that pirate one, didn't he?
With Taika, yeah. Our Flag Means Death.
Our Flag Means Death. He also has a podcast. Called The Cryptid Factor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, where they talk about cryptozoology.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's good fun. I've been listening to that.
I watching this again. I watched it so much when it came out, 2014, I think.
Yeah.
But watching it again, the werewolf bits are my favourite bits.
I think they are mine as well.
I think it's because of them. So the thing that's so good about What We Do in the Shadows, and for anyone that's not seen it, it's a documentary. So it's based on a short. It's based on a short from Taika Waititi made called Interviews with Vampires.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which is just kind of a mundane talking heads where you're talking to vampires. And that's why both the series and the film is so good, because it brings all aspects of vampire lore and manages to make it just mundane and ridiculous.
It's just a fucking slog, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that they're all flatmates, it really skews that flatmate dynamic as well. Like if you've ever lived with someone else that you didn't... Well, you kind of were forced to in a financial sense, perhaps. Over the fact that you're all vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really skewers that kind of getting on each other's tits quite well.
And then there's a few different layers. They really, because it's only an hour and a half long, but they managed to get different dynamics. They managed to present information from different filters. So as we start off, we get the main three. Viago,
Vladimir,
yeah. Jermaine Clement is the best thing in the film.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the other one's called. Dad begins with the D. Even though I watched it 2 days ago.
I watched it last night and I can't remember.
I am getting old.
There's three vampires, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so you get the three vampires who
Dave's a vampire.
The flatmate, the flatmates that have lived together for hundreds of years and they're dysfunctional, they don't like each other. The opening of the film, they have a meeting about flat chores.
Chores, yeah, because someone's not pulling the weight.
Yeah, your main protagonist is Taika Waititi, and everyone seems to hate him because he's a bit of a tool. He's a bit of a busybody.
Yeah.
But then you get a bit later on, you get Neil, who gets turned by Peter, who's the Nosferatu who lives in the basement. He turns Peter, and then you have the perspective of a new vampire who's just a bit of a lad from New Zealand, and now he's a vampire. But then there's another layer of Stu, his mate, who's not a vampire.
Who's not a vampire.
Who just kind of sits around and they all kind of love it. I mean, he's like a mascot, but he's not part of their world.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a really kind of 3-tier perspective into this life of these mythological creatures, and it's all just ridiculous and funny.
Yeah, it's a very funny film.
Edited down from 125 hours of footage to 90 minutes.
Holy shit.
So I think I was reading that a lot of the material that would go on to inspire the TV show was in all the things that
I was going to say, well, we get an 18 DVD director's cut, but I suppose if we've got 5 seasons of the show, that probably covers it all.
Yeah. And my favourite, I think whenever I've rewatched it, I'd flip-flop on who my favourite one is, but my favourite is definitely Vladislav. Because he's clearly playing Gary Oldman from 1992's Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. Is that what it's called? Bram Stoker's Dracula. Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, it was all the names, yeah.
But yeah, Jermaine Clement I have this in my trivia. Jermaine Clement led a gang of BMX kids when he was younger called the Vampires.
Did he?
They would ride around with fake fangs and threatening to suck people's blood.
Oh my god, I might start doing that.
So
that
they're all
sounds like
big.
a really worthy cause.
I mean, it'd be weird if you did it now.
No, it wouldn't.
Okay.
You can't stop me. What a great idea. So yeah, I mean, they're obviously all big vampire nerds. You can tell that from what comes through in the TV show as well.
Yeah.
Because there's that whole TV show episode where these vampires turn back up in it. Because the TV show is not about these vampires; it's about a different set of vampires.
It is a different coven or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. But they do turn up in the one episode with cameos from loads of other vampires.
Yeah, is the council. That's the one that Blade's in.
Yeah, the Blade's in it. Tilda Swinton is in it.
Yeah.
Who else is in it? I can't remember now.
I forget that later in it, it's so hard to talk about what we do in the shadows without going into the series. I forget that later in the series they get Donald Logue from Blade as well, and he's in a couple of episodes. It's so good.
Yeah, the show's got a really stacked cast, loads of cameos in it, but also what's his name? The guy the long tall guy that plays all the long tall guys.
The long, tall guy, Doug Jones.
Yeah, see, you knew what I was talking about.
It's just the way that you said it.
You were going to take the piss out of me for that descriptive, then you absolutely got it in one. Yeah, Doug Jones is in it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Plays the king vampire, whatever the fuck he's called.
Yeah. Do you know what I rewatched the other day? Completely off tangent.
Don't.
Legion.
Paul Bettany one.
Paul Bettany, where he's like the angel Gabriel.
Oh.
And it's like a siege film, but it's angels, but angels are demons.
All right, yeah.
Not the book by that idiot Dan Brown, but and Doug Jones is in that. He plays the ice cream man.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's long, tall.
Well, weirdly, does he not play Abe Sapien as well?
He does.
Yeah.
We just spoke about Hellboy.
Well, he's not voiced by him. He's voiced by
He's in the second one.
Niles out of Fraser.
He's in the second one.
Is he?
Yeah, Doug Jones was his voice in the second one.
Does he do an impression of David Hyde Pierce then?
Kind of. I think it was So there's two conflicting stories about this. I think between Hellboy and Hellboy Golden Army, some people say, I don't know what I mean when I say people, the hive mind, that David Hyde Pierce asked for more money. But I think there's a story going around which I choose to believe where David Hyde Pierce said, Doug Jones is putting in so much effort, I think it's unfair for me to kind of voice over him, so just let him have his own voice.
Right, I want to believe that one more.
Yeah. David Hyde Pierce doesn't need money. He's got Fraser money.
Exactly, and you do fucking Hellboy for free anyway.
Yeah.
I would play Abe Sapien. So listen to that, Hollywood people.
Listen to that, Guillermo.
Yeah, Guillermo.
Whenever you make...
Ironically, there's a Guillermo in What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes, there is. And he's in Werewolves Within.
And he is, yes, Harvey Guillen.
Guillen?
All right, Harvey.
Harvey, yeah.
Harvey is in, he's in this and it bridges the gap nicely into Werewolves Within.
It does, yeah.
Do you want to start on that, or have we got more to talk about with What We Do in the Shadows?
We do have more to talk about with what we do in the shadows.
That's good, because you know what I haven't done? How many cats are in it?
Well, it's not really a cat, is it?
Well, it is. It's more of a cat than there isn't a cat.
Well, one of the things that I was going to say about What We Do in the Shadows is if you're of a mind to be afraid of that sort of stuff, it doesn't really forget to be scary. That bit when Neil's being chased through the house,
I was
funny,
thinking this last night,
but it's also quite scary.
That weird panpipe sort of music going on. It was a bit reminiscent of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
I thought, just being stuck in that house. There's all the weird old shit in it, and the guy's literally just being stalked by 3 vampires chasing him about. And I think Jermaine Clement's weird cat vampire hybrid, because he gets the faces wrong, that's his thing.
Yeah.
He can turn into animals, but he always gets the faces wrong. So there's this cat with his face, which actually looks kind of weird, uncanny valley creepy.
It's very
quite
creepy.
A weird thing to look at.
And the other thing that got me, which is a moment that I always forget, is when is it Deacon?
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah. He comes out of his bag.
Oh, he does.
He's in his backpack,
like he's folded up or something inside his bag.
It's a really good shot.
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah. There's some. I mean, again, you can't pastiche vampire lore and the scary elements of it without being a fan of it. So they managed to get that right as well, I think. I mean, it's more funny than it is scary, obviously, but there are some genuinely creepy moments in it.
Yeah. I didn't say my favourite line.
Oh, go on.
It's not werewolves, not swells, which is pretty good. When he says, I'm doing my dark bidding on the internet.
Well, he's on eBay because they've just discovered it.
I'm bidding on a table.
Dark bidding.
It's absolutely fantastic. Stu, it's really cute. So Stuart Rutherford, who's now a business analyst in New Zealand. For anyone that works in software like me, there are no business analysts anymore. They're being killed off, but they're basically like people that I don't know what they do.
He explains it in the film at the masquerade ball thing.
Yeah, so basically he was hired as the IT guy on the set.
Oh, right.
Taika hired him, and they kind of added him into the script and only gradually told him. They'd just be like, can you come on the set and do some IT? And then they'd just fit him for costumes.
That's incredible.
So I think a lot of the footage where he's just sat in a scene, he is just the IT guy.
He's just the IT guy
in the film.
That's the best bit of trivia you've ever come out with about any of the films we've talked about.
And he's one of the best things in the film. He's really good. And of course, he by the end becomes a werewolf. So
yeah. And then that bridges the gap between them being mortal enemies. They become friends at the end.
Yeah,
which is quite nice.
Even though they complain about smell.
Yeah, well, they did. Well, see, does that kind of happen in Underworld?
Yeah.
If I remember Underworld correctly, and I may not because it's been a long time, is the thing not that vampires and werewolves hate each other, but there's some sort of messianic birth figure who is sort of supposed to unite them?
Yeah,
and he's supposed to be half vampire, half werewolf.
Scott Speedman.
And he looks like a werewolf.
Yes.
It's really shit. You're like, this is going to be really cool, a big hybrid thing, and it's just a fucking werewolf.
He's kind of like a vampire with brown skin.
Yeah.
It's
just not, it's not very impressive. Give it wings or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my gripe with Underworld. Good soundtrack, Underworld.
They do have good soundtracks, but there's like 7 of them, isn't there?
Yeah, that's true. I'm talking about the first one. I don't think I've seen any of them.
I also have an affection for CGI, some CGI transformation. So we're not talking about like American Werewolf in Paris, but like the really fast, like bone crunchy werewolf transformations in Underworld are quite cool.
Yeah, all right. I'll give you that.
And the other one that's good is the Van Helsing, the Hugh Jackman one, where they literally like tear this flesh off. They tear the human flesh off and they become werewolves.
Oh yeah, that's good because that's like in the established werewolf lore, isn't it? That you literally burst out of it in that sort of form.
Yeah.
Does that in that segment in Trick or Treat as well?
Yes.
The skin splits and it's furry underneath. But that's dead itchy, that.
Company of Wolves as well.
Oh yeah,
That scene where they
it comes out of the mouth. Yeah.
But going back to what we do in the shadows, I appreciate that. The chase at the end with the werewolves when they leave it too late and it's a full moon. They're dog soldiers werewolves.
Yeah.
Like bipedal, big dudes.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I like.
Very true.
When he's saying like you can't tie yourself to that tree, you know how big you get when you transform. Oh God, it's such a good film.
It's not a tree, it's a twig.
Come on, we're not swearwolves. Well, I can say it tonight.
Yeah, transformation night's different.
Yeah. Everyone watch What We Do in the Shadows and then watch every episode of the series.
Yeah. And then watch Werewolves Within.
Yeah. Oh, you can watch that before.
Well, either way, we're not your dad. You can do.
We're not going to lay any trip on you.
No, fair enough, man. You can watch whichever one you want in the first instance.
Yeah.
I'll just turn this over to the listeners. Well, they're not. I don't know if they listen, but they're on Blue Sky.
No one listens.
They replied.
They skied it. Sky.
They did. Daniel Radosh. I think it's Radosh. It's spelled Radosh, so I'll say Radosh. It could be Radosh, I don't know. And this was about Werewolves Within. He says, very fun. Great gateway horror comedy for youngsters.
That's a good shout.
I don't know, because there's a lot of swearing in it. I think it depends how young you're talking. Like, I wouldn't let my 10-year-old watch it.
So there's tiers, isn't there? Because like when we were kids, we watched like.
If I was a 10-year-old, I would have been able to watch it. I wouldn't let my 10-year-old watch it now.
Look at it's a bit more. It's a bit more adult than that. But look at something like Monster Squad.
Yeah, sure. Which my kid has seen.
Yeah, which has swearing and
not as much swearing as this.
Yeah.
The swearwolves in this. They really are. Well, Monster Squad's more. It's because I rewatched this with my kid and I had to check it out on that Common Sense Media website, which is just people's opinions, so it doesn't really matter anyway.
Church people.
It could be. But there's a lot of talk about virginity in it, which opens up a whole new level of conversation with the wrong age kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just, there's a lot of F-bombs in Werewolves Within. Werewolves Within is really hard to say for me.
It is.
Werewolves Within. I've got to really try to pronounce it all properly.
WW.
Well, yeah, I would just say that. WW.
Yeah.
Also, Kelly from the Final Girls podcast. You ever listen to that?
No.
That's good. You like that. Kelly and Sarah. They put on a good show, very knowledgeable. They research the shit out of it like you do.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. Final Girls podcast. Every episode they talk about a final girl in a horror film.
Oh, cool. That's a really good
It's a really good.
Why don't we think of
isn't
smart formats?
We have got one. It's double bills.
Uh,
Maybe not as good as that. Anyway, yeah, Kelly said Sam Richardson is a gem,
yeah.
which he is.
I appreciate that him and Harvey Guillem ingratiated themselves to each other by exchanging Simpsons quotes, which is what I do to every waking person that passes in front of me. Sometimes it hits, but sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I think at the top of my notes, I've got what Josh made after Scare Me, because I didn't realise it was a Josh Rubin film.
No, there's some weird... It's got common themes with it, though, because they're both very snowy in that isolation.
Yeah, I mean, they could almost be filmed in the same location. I don't think they are, but like they could be.
But, snowy isolation is a great setting for horror. There's The Shining also, and The Thing.
Yeah.
What other snowy isolation horror films are there, Ken?
I mean, I'm sure there's loads.
I'm sure.
I think you just said the main ones, and now I can't say shit.
So this is like what I noted down was Werewolves Within. It's like
Dead Snow. There you go.
Dead Snow. Good shout.
Yeah.
It's like a werewolf whodunit. There's a werewolf and nobody knows who it is, which is a bit like Silver Bullet.
Oh yeah, great.
Because people don't know who the werewolf is in Silver Bullet, which they disparage in Scare Me, which was also by Josh Rubin. There's a whole line about how it's a shit film, which we disagreed with in the last podcast.
Because at the beginning of Scare Me, the first story he tells is a werewolf thing.
Yeah, exactly.
It was good.
Yeah. He loves his werewolves, does Josh.
I'm going to skip forward to my trivia, considering you said that, because the film is written by Mishna Wolf.
30 Days of Night is a snowy, isolated siege film.
We just
sorry, I just added in my notes. It's the last one. But no, because I found a parallel. Because in 30 Days of Night, all the generators get destroyed in communications. And there's a trapper who lives outside town.
And all the dogs die. And in both films, the trapper who lives out of town, they're reminded specifically by a figure of authority that they are still part of the town. That happens in both those films. It does?
Yeah. So there you go. Go on to your trivia, sorry.
Are you saying Josh Rubin's a hack?
That's not what I said at all.
It's written by Mishna Wolf.
Oh my God.
Right, who also, which is fine in and of itself, coincidence maybe, but she also wrote the series, the Josh Gad series, Wolf Like Me.
Oh my God.
So like, come on. Like, is it
broaden your horizons a bit?
Yeah, is that what you're going to do? Like, this is my name, I'm going to go with it. But anyway, it's all like, I never forget this because it's one of those facts that is so strange that it's hard to forget. It's a video game adaptation.
What, Werewolves Within?
Yeah. It's an Ubisoft. It was
holy shit.
I believe next to the Assassin's Creed film with Fassbender, which is terrible, it was one of the first films to be made out of Ubisoft's movie studio, which is now largely defunct.
I remember seeing it at the beginning. It has the Ubisoft logo, but I didn't know why.
Yeah, so it's a VR game. It's a VR mystery detective game about finding out who the wolf is. It doesn't feel like... I mean, obviously, it's a VR game, so it's niche anyway, but it doesn't feel like a video game movie because, apparently, reportedly, Josh Rubin met with the Ubisoft execs and he was like, basically, what do you want me to mix in there Easter egg wise? And one of the executives said, you don't owe us Easter eggs, you owe us a good movie.
All right, well, that's fair.
So, yeah.
Fair point. And
it is a good movie. I think, so what you're saying is right, it is a werewolf whodunit. Probably should... I should probably drop one of my favourite werewolf whodunit movies in recent years, Wolf of Snow Hollow, with Jim Cummings.
That's in that.
Everyone should watch that. It's amazing. But it's a werewolf whodunit. But more importantly, it's by the midway point and beyond, it very quickly becomes apparent that the werewolf isn't the only scary thing.
Yeah.
Everyone's a fucking backstabbing
Humans
psycho.
are the real monsters.
Humans are the real monsters after all.
Yeah, and it ends in an absolute... Sorry, spoiler alert. It ends in a bloodbath, pretty much.
Do we spoil this? Because the twist is actually
it's very
to the film.
Integral, but I think it's fairly obvious. If you kind of expect it to be unexpected, then it becomes obvious that it's the least expected person. And I think, as usual, like we say with every episode, watch the films first and then listen to this as a companion piece to the films. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it's okay to spoil the film. It's 10 years old anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
No, is it? Fuck.
No, 2021.
2021. Jesus Christ, I got that way wrong.
Yeah.
So it's 4 years old, so there's plenty of time. You could have watched it by now, listeners.
So I would go back and watch it. I'll pause it now and watch it. It's a very brief film, 90 minutes. But basically, I'm a self-admitted smart ass.
Werewolf. Oh.
And I can't remember the last film I saw where I was just like, yeah, I didn't see that coming, which is really just a knobhead thing to say. However, I remember watching Werewolves Within, and I didn't clock who it was going to be.
No, I don't know if I did the first time I watched it, to be fair.
And that's because of the very point of the story and how good the script is, because Milana Vaintrub, who I see all the time on Instagram in memes, but I've never seen her in anything other than this. She's the classic manic pixie dream girl for the kind of bumbling, what is he, sheriff? Like,
yeah. A ranger.
Yeah. So he's having relationship troubles, and he comes to this remote town, and he meets manic pixie dream girl. He's really kooky, and she's kind of like serious and has a dark edge.
Ace of Base comes on.
Ace of Base comes on, and who's not going to be enticed by Swedish dance band Ace of Base?
Exactly. She's from Uzbekistan.
The actress?
Yes.
Okay.
Milena Vaintrub.
Okay.
I looked her up on Instagram to see how to pronounce her name, and she spelled it out in her profile phonetically because people must do that. That's me. Good. Yeah. So thank you, Milena.
But yeah, so she's kind of, there's a little love story. Almost as soon as they meet, there's like a meet cute where they might kiss. And of course, fast forward, she's the fucking werewolf.
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever realised, because I was sucked in by the tropey kind of, she is the manic pixie dream girl. They will end up together at the end.
Yeah, it's very well done.
But they kind of fucked me over on that one, and it's really well done.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. I mean, the thing is, it's not that you're a smart ass, is it? It's just you've consumed a lot of media, and once you've consumed a lot of media, it's easier to spot things, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think obviously being an 80s kid in a post-Scream world, you're always looking for that flip.
You are, and I think it's possibly why that I don't fuck with a lot of newer horror films unless it's something really different, because there comes a point where you're just seeing the same stories rehashed, and I do think good stories deserve to be retold, but in a fresh lick of paint sometimes.
Yeah. When you see newer horror, do you mean elevated horror?
No, I mean, I would never ever use that phrase, unironically or otherwise. No, just, I mean, like, if we were talking about Weapons is good. It's original and new.
Yeah.
Bring Her Back, I thought was great. I think I need something. It takes something to make me feel something out of it.
It takes anything to make you feel something. Like, it takes a lot to make you feel something. Is that what you're trying to say?
With new stuff specifically, because I've seen so much of it before, because I've seen the tropes over the last 40 years. It's difficult for me to be moved into being impressed with a horror film unless it has something to it that's a bit more original.
And that's not to say that you don't enjoy, like,
I just find it a bit tedious sometimes.
It can be a bit white noisy.
Yeah.
There always has to be something, like, going back to the Scared Shitless film that I mentioned that I watched recently, that if you saw that if you cast your mind back to Blockbuster Video,
I will do that gladly.
If you saw that, you'd be like, this looks like shit. Like, I'm not wasting my rent on this. It's like, it looks cheap. It's got a stupid title.
Yeah.
But I watched it, and it is kind of what it says on the tin. But at the centre, it has like a really sweet father-son dynamic in the middle. And that's the hook.
I'd get with that.
Yeah, that's the hook.
Yeah.
And with Werewolves Within, it is like this Agatha Christie, who's the werewolf, but you've got two subversions. You've got the subversion that they're all fucking small-town psychopaths. There's like the oil baron trying to fuck the town over, and like the small town, very, very racist, and like the guy that's like a bit touchy-feely with women, and they're all you got dickheads. A hands-on guy, and then the other, you almost forget by the end that there's a fucking werewolf killing people, and then you get to the werewolf reveal, and she's like, they were ripe for the picking because they're all
assholes.
Yeah, they're all going to kill each other anyway. So it's a nice kind of flip. Harvey Guillen plays a character called Wolfson, which I thought was quite good. I think Ruben had a rule about practical effects over CG. There is a bit of CG, which is quite good, but I like the practical effects. I like when she turns at the end. She's more. Have you ever seen Wolf Cop?
Yes.
She's very
She looks
Wolf
like Wolf
Cop.
Cop. Yeah.
I suppose if you go back to Teen Wolf, she's very Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
There's like different types of werewolves, isn't there? There's like the big bipedal
she's,
dog soldiers.
She, Wolf Cop, and Teen Wolf are bipedal but in human form with hairy faces, essentially.
Yeah.
But she looks pretty scary. She's not a shit werewolf. She's
Yeah, she gets beamed by an axe, though. That's how she gets defeated.
That's right.
By the one nice person in that horrible community.
Yeah, no, she shoots it with a crossbow.
Oh,
Back at the end, she's got a crossbow.
Yeah, she gets axed and then shot with a crossbow.
Yeah, it's stabbed in the neck with a bit of wood, I think, at some point. Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's quite a brutal film, actually. Someone gets shot in the head, don't they? And it's like it explodes all over the car window.
Yeah, the touchy-feely man gets his hand bitten off.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Because she has a nice moment where she says men do this thing where they're trying to show you
where they guide you,
and they put your hand on your lower back.
Yeah,
it's
true.
Like, yeah, I've often had that done to me.
Yeah, it happens to me all the time.
But it's great. So she bites his hand off.
Yeah.
But it's really good. It handles all that stuff like kind of really well. It's not.
It does. She specifically, that character as well, talks a lot about gender roles and gender non-conformity as well.
Mm-hmm. And as I said, having been kind of swept away with how her character was presented when it got to the end, I was like, it kind of holds a mirror up to you, doesn't it? Or someone like me who didn't really get the twist, it's like, oh shit, I actually thought that as well. I thought she was like this little like this little helpless damsel, and Finn Wheeler, the bumbling sheriff guy, is going to have his hero moment, but of course he doesn't really. Kind of fucks it up in the end.
But then she herself mocks that in character as well.
Yeah,
like how much of a shrinking violet damsel in distress she was.
Yeah,
she plays it really well. Keeps you guessing.
Yeah,
that's the film. That's what the film is, isn't it?
Yeah, so they both kind of. I think if we go back to our double bill thing, our whole overarching, I think Werewolves Within is about this kind of central mystery that flips a few things on its head. And What We Do in the Shadows is like the typical presentation of vampire mythology, but then kind of brought down to these are just normal and like annoying failures of people. But they just happen to be like 900-year-old mythical creatures.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And essentially Werewolves Within is also about the failures of people because they're all at each other's throats throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. At each other's throats like monsters.
Like monsters. It's also the films about vampires and werewolves and their comedies. That was the thematic link. That's why I chose those two films.
Yeah. Well, I always. I
didn't think about it as deeply as you. No, you come out with the. This is why you're on board, mate. You come out with the good stuff. I just like, the vampire film.
Yeah, but the thing
werewolves.
is, the thing is, you randomly. You seem to say that you randomly select them, but then when I watch them, I'm like, yeah, there is like loads of links between.
Well, I don't
these,
randomly select them because then obviously you could get in a position where you really get to that have no fucking links whatsoever.
Yeah,
I think there's probably. I think I don't always understand what the links are, but I know they're there when I pick them out.
And I just tease them out. You
yeah. You guide them out of me like a hand on my lower back.
Whoa. Not in this day and age. I did have one more thing to say about Werewolves Within.
Right.
We talked about the Blob recently.
The Flob.
And the Flob, yeah. What did I call this? I called my notes What Werewolves Do Within the Shadows, which sounds like a really great like black metal song.
Yeah, it could be.
So we talked about the Blob, and the reason the Blob works is because it's about small town America, and they spend the first half of the film kind of establishing all these characters so that when things go tits up, you actually are invested. And Werewolves Within does the same thing. It's a small town community. You have these different archetypes. There are good people, there are mostly bad people, but you get to know them so that when they're all inside the cabin backbiting each other, you have investment. And not every horror film that has a similar format remembers to do that, make you care about the characters.
Yeah, cool. All right. Very valid observations there.
Yeah. Both great films. Absolutely recommended.
Work as a great double bill, which is what we're all about on this show.
Double bills.
Double bills. That's our hook. well, we'll leave it there then. Until next time, just the usual stuff. If you have enjoyed the show, please give us a follow on your platform of choice. Give us a rating if you're on Spotify or Apple. They do help us grow, help our visibility. Likewise, share the show with horror-minded friends if you like it. Leave us a comment if you've got any feedback. We're welcome to. We welcome it. Is what I was trying to say there in a roundabout sort of way.
Yeah, we don't welcome hands on our lower backs.
No, we don't know none of that Me Too business.
No,
not in this day and age, as Ken said. So yeah, just share. Just give us a share, and thank you for. No, wait. Thanks for listening.
Oh, Jesus. You did it at the end this time.
Hey, I foxed you there. I did my joke at the end. Right.
So we've got now that we passed Halloween, which is essentially the end of the year for us. We're going into 2026 soon. So we've got some stuff coming. We've got some stuff. Some special episodes coming.
We have got some special episodes. Yeah, we're going to talk about John Carpenter's Apocalypse trilogy at some point. The Apocalypse. Yeah. We're going to do The Other Shining.
Oh yeah,
The Other Shining.
Yeah,
which I found on DVD.
If you didn't know, and we're not talking about Mike Flanagan's Doctor Sleep, even though we'll probably do that at some point.
We'll probably talk about it in that. But no, there's another adaptation of The Shining, which some people have heard of it. Ken and I have heard of it, obviously. But it's a bit more niche. It was a direct-to-TV one in the 90s, 95, 96-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe before. I'd have to look it up for the show itself.
Pretty much the only thing that the only problem that people have with Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, because it is basically a perfect film, it's a perfect horror film anyway, is that it's not faithful to the book. Changes too much things about the book.
Yeah.
But there was a TV miniseries that is incredibly almost page for page.
Yeah, it's fucking long as well, so we're going to have to invest some time. It's like Salem's Lot, it's like it. All those old ones. And The Stand, yeah, it's about 4 hours long.
Yeah.
But I bought it on DVD, so...
4 hours is like your average Martin Scorsese film now. That's not even long.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it in bits, though, because I have the attention span of a gnat.
Yeah.
So that was Mick Garris directed that.
Yeah.
The legendary Mick Garris. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to message him and see if he'll come on the show.
He used to have a great podcast.
He did used to have a great podcast. What was it called now?
Mick Garris something. I can't remember.
So on that revelation that Mick Garris' podcast was called something like Mick Garris something.
Edit that out just in case he listens.
No.
I'd listen to every episode. I don't remember the name. I'm old as well, and it's not. It
was called Postmortem.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. I didn't even look that up, I just remembered.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for making. If you are listening, we love you. Please come on the show to talk about your version of The Shining. And with that, we will leave you, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks. Take care. See you next time.
See ya.
Live from Manchester Morgue is an independent horror movie podcast, researched, written, produced and hosted by Gary Hames and Ken Talbot. New episodes air every 2 weeks on Spotify, Apple, YouTube and all major podcast providers. You can help us grow by leaving a rating or sharing the show with like-minded friends. If you want to get in touch, you can leave us a comment or email us at killertunes976@gmail.com.